My name is Colette Payne from Chicago, born and raised on the south side of Chicago. I would say that my childhood was fairly good. Grew up middle class in the South Commons community. The community was, plagued with a lot of drugs and violence, and I ended up getting caught into that cycle of just crime and drugs. And eventually I did my first prison sentence at the age of 14 and came home, and then the cycle continued. I've been incarcerated 5 times. My last sentence, I got arrested in 2009 and sentenced in 2010, and then coming home in 2012. But I would say this, resources are very limited, and women need support. When we get out of prison, it's just like, okay, here's your ticket, here's your $10, and you're off, I went to live at a place on the west side of Chicago called Grace House. And Grace House is a supporting living house that has basically everything you need, a woman needs in order to, survive without any money. Grace House was a big support for me. So then I reached out to SAFER. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go through this program because they are in contact with folks who know that we have a past. And then I heard about Growing Home, which is a farm in the hood in Inglewood, 5800, I believe is the address, in Wood Street. And what they do is work with people in the community or folks who have been formerly incarcerated, build their job skills, resume writing. They have trauma classes, and they help you find a job. However, it is a seasonal work, only seasonal work. So after that, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was really depressed during that time, because I didn't want to go back to prison. And I always felt that I wasn't gonna make it, I wasn't gonna finish school, but I ended up getting my high school diploma. Then didn't do anything with it. And I'm like, okay, I still have these hopes and dreams, but I also had this fear. A fear of, am I good enough? Am I too old to go to college? I'm gonna be in classes with all these young folks and I'm not gonna fit in. And what I had to do was kind of talk myself through, do that self-talk. Okay, you can do this, you're worth it, you're awesome. I was involved while at Grace House with an organization called Kwyn, Chicago Legal Advocacy for Incarcerated Mothers. And they would come in and do this group called Visible Voices. And Visible Voices is a peer support and empowerment group led by and for formerly incarcerated women. So I got involved with them and I started telling my story at universities, colleges, wherever it was needed. Where people wanted to know about formerly incarcerated people and especially women, right? Now I work for Kwyn, and we recently merged in 2014 with Cabrini Green Legal Aid. So I'm the community organizer there, and that's how I got my start with doing the work that I do now as an organizer, advocating for formerly incarcerated women and incarcerated women. In 2013, I enrolled in Harold Washington College and started going to school. 40 credits away from receiving an associate's, but I decided to transfer to NEIU, the University Without Walls program, and I start in January. So that's one of my dreams. I can't let society dictate to me what it is I can and cannot do.